High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Yep, check, okay.
You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 03.0. And we're in front of Sainz, Maloney and Colapinto. P16. Watch the conditions, we think there's rain coming pretty soon, be careful. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. You're leading the pack, that's P1. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:02.3. And just behind us are Antonelli, Russell and Schumacher. Yes, excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Yeah, good session overall.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Michael Schumacher, Max Verstappen and Senna. Sainz, Maloney, Lawson and Ollie Behrman. Colapinto, Soloff, Tim Tramnitz and Crawford. Gasly, Barnard, Isaac Hadjar and Jack Doohan. Aaron, O'Sullivan, Hakkinen and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. So much to talk about on what is such a short lap. It's the fastest lap times of the season, but that doesn't mean it's not a challenge.
It's a real challenge to get right this circuit. Lots of tight corners linked up with very long straights. You've got 3 DRS zones as well. That means that the racing is often very close, and you can hang on to potentially a faster car if you can stay within that 1 second buffer. But you've then got some higher speed corners like turn 6 and 7 in the middle of the track, and then the 2 final corners as well. Track limits. Yep, there we go. I mentioned it. Be careful.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check, okay.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. The underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Russell behind, and the time last lap, 1 minute 10.9. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. We think they've got 1 more stop. the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Okay, if we continue to use fuel at this rate, we won't have enough to reach the end of the race. You need to start lifting off the throttle earlier in corners. Let the car slow down naturally before you start braking, and that'll help us conserve the fuel you have left. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Okay.
Box now, please. Box this lap. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. P10, you're currently in P10. Okay, so gap to the leader, 2.3 seconds. Okay, that's Tramnitz ahead. They're on old mediums. Colapinto behind you. They're on old mediums. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Okay, 28 laps to go. And that's 26 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to your teammate ahead, 4.5 seconds. You've got a 2-second gap to the car behind. We need to keep it clean so they don't get a chance to overtake. Focus. Okay, you're in ninth position. Our gap to first place, 17.5 seconds. Behrman's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 4.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Tramnitz is behind you. They're on old mediums. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps. 27 laps to go. Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. "23 laps of fuel remaining. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
We've seen a brilliant display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
But another race victory today, and you can clearly see they're starting to believe in themselves more and more. You get to a stage, Crofty, where you become very hard to beat as a driver when you keep putting in performances like this one.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Hey boss, what do you make of this?
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.